In 2025, it's time to fall in love with life, and that's what's going to be about our today's video. Here we will share how to heal in 2025 and how to be more in love with life.
Because if you think about it, what is there more than if you're in love with life? Do you think you would be missing anything? Do you think you would be in lack or you would be unwell? If you're in love with life, it means that everything is going really well for you. That
You're
you're whole,
abundant.
you're
Yeah.
happy, you're abundant, you're healthy. And that's how we create in this with this 5D reality that we decide who we want to be already and we start to embody that person right now and we embody that emotion.
Yes, because the thing is that everybody talks about like crazy changes in a planet and so on, but we are constantly changing. Our planet is constantly changing. The spring is going to fall and fall is going to winter, and we are adjusted to these energy changes. Yes, it can be hard, it can be heavy sometimes, but when it was not heavy, tell me period of the life in our past for other our ancestors where it was not heavy energies, you know, they were witnessing and living something absolutely different, but it was still heavy. They could have headaches, they could have some body pains as we are experiencing now, but because we are lacking, our bodies are lacking activity and movement, that's why we have much more pain, because they moved, our ancestors moved much more in the past. They could just make the energy flow much more, and now we are sitting at home looking at the TV, watching TV, or being on our laptops, our phones so long, and we are not letting the energy flow through us and leave our body. We are just storing it by, you know, you can imagine like a water, like a lake, which is absolutely, or pond, where the water is not flowing. What is going to happen underneath that? You know, the surface of the lake. There is going to start processes like rotting, like decaying, like, you know, all the algae are going to take over that lake. But if you see a river which flows, and that's our body, then you are not able to have too much mess there or unnecessary things, because the river just carries it away. And that's how we can picture our body, our life as well, because that's who we are. We are a river. We have rivers in us. Our veins are full of blood and they are constantly flowing. And sometimes it's just amazing to just let it flow more by drinking more water, or just taking a little walk, or, you know, do some physical activity. You don't have to overdo it in winter. We are supposed to be more introspective and also not move that much as in summer or spring or autumn, because now it's time to really sort of like contemplate and go within and just think about who you want to be, who you no longer want to be, which means that you should really look how you lived until now. First of all, I recommend to be grateful for where you are, that you can listen to this video, that you can see us, that you can see everybody, you can see trees and sky and anything, and that your body is in a state it is, because it's divine, it's yours, it's your gift. And then you can just be grateful, and then with this gratefulness, you just let go things which you no longer want to be and do. For example, for me, it is that I'll not be talking and commenting things too much, which requires to not judge that much in 2025. So I let people and all things happen around me, also to me, without judgment. Or I will try my best, I'll do my best to not judge things which happen to me. Because 2 years ago, I was going through a very hard period. I was thinking that my life is over 2 years ago, when I was splitting up with my sister, with my family. It was extremely emotionally tough, tough period of my life, and it was extremely Also, I didn't sleep, I didn't eat, I couldn't digest. It was taking so many months, and I know that a lot of you who are watching this video could have some troubles in life, but remember that you never know why this is happening to you, and it's always, always for something higher to understand, something better to come. I know because I was through a lot of things in my life already, and now I always know because back then you don't know, you don't see the light at the end of the tunnel. You should always remember that there is always something greater where you are going to be living, or greater dimension which you are going to have open for you, because that's why we are going through these initiations. They want to rip us out of our 3D programs and just place us into programs where we belong. And sometimes it requires leaving your family, letting go of your friends or your things or whatever you are living now. And it hurts, and it hurts sometimes. And when we can allow the fact, or can we allow this space that we are actually initiated, and it's going to definitely turn out great for us because there is something higher for us, otherwise it wouldn't happen to us, then definitely you will benefit from it much more. And then back in 5 years, in 2 years, you will remember these situations and you will say, I love my past me. I have so much gratefulness for my past me because I now feel with my past me, and you can send a lot of love to you in the past, and you see yourself how you were sincerely struggling and trying to overcome this adversity which you thought you have to deal with, and then you will have just love for yourself, and you will feel so free and happy and grateful that you overcame that adversity and obstacles in your life. So this is for 2025. Don't fall into the programming that there is some huge shifts right now, because huge shifts are happening all the time on the planet, all the time. And we are actually, our bodies are already adjusted to it. Sometimes it is a bit more challenging around new moon and full moon, but just, if somebody will start to speak in YouTube videos about how easy it is and how not how loving it is all over, who would listen to this? So if you program yourself and your life that it's all super loving, and these shifts which they are referring to are super loving and super easy for you, and you are adjusting amazingly because you were born in this time and your body's ready for this, for these shifts. Everybody talks about it. So we are ready for this because our souls are ready. That's why we chose to be living here and now.
This year is a lot about the heart as well, to actually pay attention to it, like really physically sitting down, closing your eyes, and just focusing on the space in your heart, because it has all the answers. It knows where you need to go. It knows what's right for you. With the brain, we're still thinking and analyzing and trying to control and predict and plan, but the heart actually knows. So it's super important that we make time for it. And that's also where the love comes from. And when we pay attention to our heart, when we are putting there our energy, it will slowly open up and start to bloom, and we're actually able to feel and experience love. It's hard for a lot of people to feel love with their heart because it's just so closed, and we have all these different things that happen to us in our lives, and we store the emotions of the experiences somewhere in our body, and it doesn't flow, like Petra said in the beginning of the video. And it needs to flow. We need to allow these emotions to get out, to move. We don't necessarily need to think about them or dwell in them, but it's just stored energy, and energy needs to move.
You can just imagine that you break the dam, or you just put up all the barriers, and it will start to flow again, and it will be just nice visualization for this year.
Mm-hmm. And then when you start to make time for your heart, you actually can feel the love for life. You will feel love for the things you have in your life. You will feel gratitude, and that will just draw all the things that you think you want to you,
Mm.
because you no longer wish for them, you no longer ask for them, you no longer wait for them. You're just feeling in love with life.
Yeah. And a heart is magnetic, according to Dr. Joe Dispenza and scientists. They said that a heart has having magnetic activities, and it's basically able to
Magnetic field.
magnetic field, and it's able to draw things to us. So whatever you send out to the universe, the heart, the feeling of the heart is going to draw it back to you. That's beautiful, actually. And yes, love is very important, especially for yourself. So let it be year where you will be capable to feel more love, because that's what counts. You know, you can't take anything else with you to the field back to oneness, just love. And the more love you will be able to live and feel, the more expanded your soul and your heart will be, and the more magnetic you will be. And if you align it into coherence with heart and a brain, you are going to be living very magical 2025.
Yeah, and for those who don't know how to have coherence within the heart and the brain, it is simply putting your awareness and energy into focusing the heart and the brain, and do that together. Like, become aware of those both spaces in your body, the heart and the brain, at the same time, and allow them to just have the same energy, to just synchronize together.
I wanted to mention also that whatever we say here, we are also going through our challenges in life. We've also now traveled, and we have jet lag, and we've moved into my parents' home now after traveling, and we are actually we had to organize even our sleeping space and so on. And you know, it's all, everybody has their own challenges, and don't you ever trust to somebody that they are super chill and figured out. And if they do, if they are chilled and figured out, just inspired and be inspired with that energy. Don't feel down that you don't have that. Don't be jealous. Or, you know, sometimes I felt so sad for myself that somebody's doing better than me, but I realized that sometimes it was just me wanting to put me down, to feel down, because that was my habits, that was my program. But you can just be really truly happy for somebody, whatever they are having, or if they have a great family, or if they are abandoned or so. Especially in Europe, we have very big challenges to wish to each other well. You in America, people, you are very happy for other people to be successful and so on. Here in Europe, I don't know why we have these programs much bigger than in America, but we discussed with a lot of American friends and or people who lived in Europe part of their life, and then they live in America, and it is like that. So just be aware of that and try to wish to everybody well, you know, try to be just open for this idea that somebody is doing well, and it's a sign for you that you are actually attracting this great energy into
That it's
your life.
possible for you.
Yeah, because if you will be attracting only people who are lower than you, who are worse than you, sicker than you, and poor, then you will feel maybe better through your ego, but your heart will be sad. And because you can't grow around these people, you have to, if you will have this confirmation, take it as a confirmation. If somebody is successful, take everybody's success like to uplift yourself, to boost your energy field, you know, to just grow.
You can make anything happen, you know. And if you just look at the people that are successful around you, and you're like, oh my gosh, I just attract success everywhere. Successful people are always around me. That must mean that I'm also successful.
Yeah, yeah.
You can just play with this, because whatever you put your attention to, whatever you put your thoughts on, that's what you're creating.
Yeah. And it is very important that we, as I said, I don't want to judge that. I don't want to judge this year, but I still have to judge. I have to judge. Is this guy faster than me on the road? Is this light green or what color it has? Or I don't know. You have to judge. It's very survival, survival mode thing, and we have to judge to be able to survive, to be able to live amazing life, to use this for us. But if we are judging, oh, they are better than me, skinnier than me, and if you judge and you feel down after that you judge, then it's not good for you. Or you want to feel better, that's why you judge. They are not as smart as me, they are not as advanced in meditations and me as me, and you want to feel better about your judgment, then it's also not very good. In 2025, you will be able to experience this, I guess, more and more from people. People are already interested in authenticity, not anymore in these fake masks and, fake roles which we play.
So we wish you a loving and wonderful 2025, that you keep moving closer and closer to Source, closer to love, that you get to experience all those beautiful things that await you in this life.
Yeah, we wish you every day, every moment like this. And even though if it is amazing or not that good, life is like a river, so it will flow away. And 2025 is just a number. We live in no time, right?
We are eternal.
Eternal, right? So enjoy your time wherever you are.